So guys, I have two fans pointed towards me. It is hot as hell here in the Bronx. We're in the middle of a very extreme heat wave. So I'm gonna make this short, sweet, and to the point. 28 years later, the third film installment of the 28 Days Later franchise, which started I think back in 2002. I remember seeing the first film in the movies and stuff. I just saw the second one 28 weeks later, about a month ago, and I enjoyed it. And now I got to see this one. What's my initial thought? It was okay. I don't think it was better than the first two. As a matter of fact, I even think 28 Weeks Later is my personal favorite. But 28 years later is pretty good too. What I think this series does is that it seems to want to like put together the same universe, but with different people in different situations. Okay, so you're not going to see any connections between the other two movies and this one. As a matter of fact, the only common denominator is that it's in the same universe and it involves what's called the rage virus. If you saw 28 Days Later, the original film, you know how that starts. A chimpanzee in a lab, and then everything goes bonkers after that. So we're talking about a long period of time. The movie starts with a family that is undergoing the outbreak, the initial outbreak, and then it takes us 28 years later to another situation, another family. Actually, this community of people that have found a safe abode in this island right out of the British Isles. Remember, it's in Great Britain where the majority of this issue has taken place and has become a problem. And in this island, we have a father and son, and they seem to have this kind of traditional ritual coming of age kind of thing for the young man. He's about 12. And the father, the idea is that him and his dad go out to the mainland. And they understand that they may not come back and that they will have to accept that if they don't make it back, right? So it's kind of like a rites of passage sort of way. But while they're out there, the young boy, it pushes him to seeing the things he's seen, learning how to like actually kill an infected. You know, these infected are like zombies, except they're not dead. They're just rabid. They're running around, and once they bite you, they immediately turn you. It's not even a process. You turn immediately. So I found it interesting because it was very character based and character driven. It wasn't really anything about the creatures, the infected, in so much as it was really about the characters themselves and what they're going through personally. There's a issue with the mother, who the boy ends up, when they do return to the island, they do get back safely. He makes it a point to try to get mom back into the mainland to see if they could find a cure for whatever illness that she is uh, having. She seems to be sick with something. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but he wants his mom to be okay, so he takes her back at the great risk of being running into infected and all these other things. And they do come across a particular man who is a doctor who tries to help them out best he could and everything. And I'll just leave it with that and that detail because I don't want to jump too deep in, because again, I want you guys to see it for yourself. I think this movie wanted to capitalize on the young kid. He's really the main character, and how he's trying to really overcome his fears, his insecurities, his where his place is in this crazy, unnatural, post-apocalyptic world, which was once confined to this island most of his life, and now has expanded out to the mainland. And it is there where the real challenges kick in. You see infected. I think they're evolving, because you see infected that are kind of different than the ones we're normally used to. You see those still, but there's a couple that made me go, really? That's a thing, really? So it's kind of like, wow. You even see an infected who's pregnant at one point, and you're like, how the heck did she get pregnant before or after she got infected? That was the main question that I had in my head about that. Don't really know the answer, but we do know the results, and I won't tell you that. Watch the movie. I'd like to think that this movie franchise particularly will continue with more stories. It's becoming more anthological in nature. There's going to be I think there should be other movies made for this that gives different perspectives from different situations from different people that, really hones in on obviously the spirit of human survival and how that helps people in general. I guess kind of like makes it something that we can relate to. I'm not gonna say it was a great movie. I'm gonna give it 3 coffee cups, mostly for its cinematic look. All right, it has the same feel cinematically as the other two films, and the things you see, the monuments that are built for the dead. Let me give you these 2 words in Latin that are recited in this movie, and you'll remember it. Memento mori. Remember the dead. That's in Latin. So consider that when you watch this film, and you'll see how it all connects and ties in with the story. I don't think I would see it again unless I see it with friends. Like, hey, you want to see this? Okay, cool. Let's go see it. But I wouldn't like sit down and watch it on my own. I don't think. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with it, to be honest with you. But some people didn't like it. Some people liked it. It's kind of like a split audience with this. But you can't please the whole world, right? So there it is, guys. My review of 28 Days Later. It is hot as hell. I'm sweating horribly. How much am I sweating? Talk to me, comment below, and let me know how much am I sweating, because I'm sweating, bro. But let me know, really, for real, what you think of the movie when you see it. Let me know what you think of it. Please consider subscribing. Tap on that bell for future notifications for future horror and coffee content. And consider joining the Patreon page and the Buy Me a Coffee. I have both links below. And, I hope to see you again soon in the next review. There'll be a live stream coming up soon. I'll keep you posted on what that's about very soon, very soon. So until then, Ralph Perez from Horror and Coffee. Drink your coffee. 3 coffee cups. I give 28 years later. Interesting horror start to this summer. A hot summer indeed. Until next time, take care.